everyone, and welcome back to another PoE2 video on the Minion Infernalist, and possibly the final version of it. I spent way too much time and as tight of a budget possible for the build to work, and thus it took so long. Unfortunately, though, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but pinnacle encounters that are supposed to appear on the map, namely the Citadel encounters, not once have I seen them. So I'm sorry, but there is no footage for the high-end bossing in the video. The hardest content I put the build in is T15 map bosses with +3 boss level and +1 area level, and also the 4th floor sanctum, and that is it so far. The build I am talking about is of course the skeletal Reaver with skeletal sniper as support minions, and surprisingly, even on a 5 link for both the skills, they are performing exceptionally well. Now, they are by no means better than the Arsonist, but in a few days, GGG is deploying a patch that will reduce the power of the Arsonist build by a bit. So it's good to have a backup plan if everything goes haystack. Although I think even with the nerfs, Arsonist will still be the king of DPS for minions. But anyway, with that said, let's dive into the build and explain the build in short. Now, a reminder to everyone that the passive tree and gear is universally set up for any type of minion build for the Infernalist, and you can simply swap minion gems and support gems for them to play a different combo of minions. Do try out different things and let me know if you found something cool. I will stop investing more into the Infernalist and I will move on to playing a different class, possibly a Chronomancer, since the art and ability of the class was one of my favorites in the reveal stream. And now on to the build. So now let's go over the build with the gears and passive tree and gem selection. Most of it is you guys are familiar with already, so I won't be going into too much detail since there is not very in-depth explanation needed for the build. But for the scepter, this is what I am running with, the same as before: ally damage, minion skill, attack speed, more spirit, and a combination of these can be a bit expensive, but try to get them because they are the main source of damage for your build. For your helmet, you want +2 all minions, and then resistances, life, energy shield, and rarity of items found. Oaksthorn shield for the extra spirit and extra minions. Also, chaos rays is very good. If you can get one with the corrupted mod that has even more chaos rays or double sockets, that would be even better. For the body armor, cloak of flames, I have it with a corruption with 3 sockets. You can get even better things than this, like 48% Phys damage taken as fire. That would help you immensely in your mapping situations. For the amulet, I am using one with spirit and more spirit on the explicit and +1 of all minion skills. These can be very expensive, especially if you want to go for +2 level of all minion skills, then they are even more expensive. Try to get one with +1 and spirit on a solar amulet, and then as many beneficial stats that you can get. For all of my other gears, I am just getting attributes, life, res, and balancing out everything else. So they are nothing special. For my charm, I am using one with the freeze immunity. And here are the flasks, nothing special. Life flask and mana flask, not much here. And that's with the gear. Now for the skill tree, it's the same as before, only a few points I have juggled. It's the same. We go and start through the middle. The points that you don't need is this one, growing swarm. For the arsonist, you want this for the increased area of effect, but since reavers and snipers are single target, you only need to go up to here for minion damage. You don't need the area of effect. You can take off 1 point from here, and I took off points from this tree here, and then I swapped them over into this side of the tree for prism guard. So this gives me 1% to all maximum resistances and 1% maximum fire res. So this boosts the effectiveness of our ascendancy even further. This is a very good node to path through. Also for the anoint, I am using this one. This is I believe the cheapest damage enchantment or cheapest anoint that you can get. So pretty good. If you want one with defensive boost, you can get infused flesh, or you can also get mindful awareness. These are both very cheap. Expensive annoyance are going to be either resourceful ally and two-pronged attack. One of these two are the expensive version of the anointment, and I generally recommend that you save them until you get a very good amulet. Okay, that is it for the passive tree. And now for the gem selections, you want the summon infernal hellhound. This one has fire exposure, strip away, splinter, culling strike, and elemental army. I still keep fire exposure and strip away on the hound because there isn't much to get here, and I still use raging spirits from time to time so they can boost each other beneficially. On the skeletal reaver, I am using martial tempo, heft, brutality, and heavy swing for more physical damage. On the skeleton sniper, I am using minion mastery, fire mastery, physical mastery, and fork. Now you want at least 10 skeleton reavers and at least 2 skeleton snipers for bossing. When you are going up against a single target bosses, you want to swap fork for something like lightning infusion. And the sixth link here for the sniper will be lacerate, and the reaver will be bloodlust for even more damage against bleeding enemies. For the raging spirits, I'm using feeding frenzy, immolate, fire penetration, fire infusion, and primal armament. For our offering, we are using ablation, font of rage, and magnified effect on the pain offering. Bone offering is with font of mana, but I don't really use it that much at all. Grim feast is only used during maps, and we turn it off for an extra skeleton reaver during bosses. Flame wall to summon the arsonist. We are using fortress, spell cascade, and arcane tempo. For the vulnerability curse, we are using heightened curse, focus curse, and persistence. And that is it for the gem selection of the build. And with that, this is going to be the last video and possibly the last video for the minion build. And now I am going to play a new build, probably with Chronomancer, and we'll see how that goes. And so possibly for a few days, I am not going to be uploading anything. So with that, stay sane, exiles, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.